And welcome back to the abandoned shop house video. We're here on the third floor in the stairwell. I want to give a start here, and I'm going to go ahead turn the camera around real quick. All right, here we go. There's the second floor down there, and then this is kind of the landing for almost all the places here. I'll zoom out a little bit. Um, we have on this we have the old rules from the former tenant here, which are pretty fun. We also have on the floor, you see this pipe that goes out here. That's a drain tube for the air conditioning here that we might take out. We might leave there for future use. Now here we have the bathroom down here. Then over here we got the hallway that goes all the way. That's the front of the building, and then there's a bedroom there, and there's kind of an office bedroom thing right here. We have some storage here that we just loaded up with, and then it's got this window in it. The reason I think they have these windows here is because for this to be counted as a bedroom, it has to have a window that has sunlight inside of it, so they put that window there at the end above the door. I don't get it, but yeah, this is never going to be a bedroom. So we got some plugs on the wall. An old that's where the tube, you can barely see it on camera, there we go, a little bit better, goes down for an air conditioner to be put up here. That's a fan mount and the electrical for both of those. And then this is what the breaker box looks like, and a lot of these lines have been replaced, so that's great. Now we'll go here into the bathroom. The sinks here are in pretty good condition. They're dirty. Everywhere has these really cheap mirrors, towel hanger. So there would go one of the small hot water heaters here, shower head. There's the water faucet there, and then that's for just filling this area. I don't know, washing your feet, something like that. Maybe for mops and stuff like that. And then it's got this cheap plastic thing that we'll probably get rid of at some point. It's not an urgent thing. These toilets, as you can see where I accidentally touched the top of it, are quite dirty, quite dusty, and haven't been used a long time. And we got an opening window out here, and maybe not today. This is for the shower rod here, and then we got louvered windows up here that are real glass. Then go down the hallway here. Got lights in the ceiling. Some of them have bulbs, some of them do not. These are the kind of the rocker switches. They're a little dirty and leave a bit to be desired. And then gotta kick the door open. That is the outside area. It isn't a whole lot. We gotta patch that hole up before birds or something find a home in there. And then the ultra high security for this. I'm gonna put a lock on that, and I don't know, do something about that. Then this is room number 4. You got a great view out towards the ocean there. 4th floor is a better view, but these are all kind of the same. So this is the one with the least amount of stuff in it. So there's this wall here. It's not a big room. You can fit a queen size bed in there and have like a foot, like 18 inches on both sides. So you could just kind of just shimmy on past against the wall here to get into bed if you wanted to. And they all have this access up here. There's a good amount of room above this, probably 18 inches or so. So I don't know why they dropped the ceiling quite so low. You probably do with a little bit. I'd rather have more room. So floors are in good shape. We got a strange mix of like surface mounted electrical here Um, and that, and then some in wall stuff that you know that they like, this is concrete here. And so they built that in. And so I don't know what was original, what was added. Now these walls, they're hollow. They're, easily taken down. And you can kind of see there on the floor where the tiles are laid. This is this and this are just built on top of the tile. So if you took the doors down, it would or you took these walls down. Um and we have some work to do here. There's a lot of things that gotta get have to get repaired. Like, just little things like just taking the tape off of these. Um Got to take this coax cable that's just run out there and down the whole front of the facade of the building. There's a bunch of abandoned cables out there that we need to clean up, along as with, well, securing the building a little bit better, and minor things like that, getting rid of the bug netting that I don't think we need. Um, in here, I didn't really show you really well. These sinks aren't. This one sink is pretty well attached, but these are wiggly and they're falling apart here. And then they got these bottle traps down there that are, well, not the best, but all of this is serviceable. This doesn't leak. It's not too bad. Things like the water here, when I turn it on, which, while we have this building, we're gonna have to make sure all the water flows so we don't have dry drains. This drain over here, let me zoom in on that. The water just sitting on top. So there's a hole right there. And guess where it goes? So I can come on the other side here. And it just kind of does that. I mean, it works, but it's not a great solution. And then, your bum gun is just held on by a couple of screws in the wall. Um, this toilet, well, other than being just the grossest thing on the planet, it needs a lot of help. These walls, they were textured well when they put them in. These are bricks with concrete on the outside, and that's really sturdy and nice. But a lot of this finish is starting to come off, especially like in the corners here and stuff, much more on the fourth floor. And I've thrown a little bit of sealant on that to make sure it slows down. But so this bathroom isn't too bad. Obviously, this is tile. These are big tiles. They're made to look, like small tiles, but it's painted. Someone painted over all of this. And so I don't know how long this flooring will last before it becomes a problem. So we have to address that as well. A lot of small other things, like not everything works. Like you know, it's just needs a little bit of work here and there. Um, they did replace the main runs from downstairs, the main box up to here, so that's a new run. These aren't too old, but you can tell rusty screws, stuff like that. They're not in the best condition. So we're gonna have an electrician come through, investigate that. Um, where the hole is here, that's from where the air conditioning lines ran to the front of all the way to the front of the building. And in this front room, I don't know if we have a cutout here for air conditioning. I don't think we do, but when it goes outside, that air conditioner ran in there all the way down and then came out that hole in here. And so we're gonna have to definitely patch this hole up, because this open space in here goes all the way into here. And I don't really know if anything's living up there or what's going on. So we're gonna kind of have to address that in the future as well. Let's go back up front and I'll meet you there. So I didn't want to forget that the fact that here on every floor, so you got down there. You got that's the second. This is between the third and the second, and then the third and the fourth floor. You got these two windows there, and they just slide open, and they can go all the way over to one side and one the other. But there's no screen on either one of those windows. But there's one screen on one window, and it's right here. Don't ask me why an interior window has a bug screen on it, but it does. So yeah, that's pretty fun. Pardon my sweat. It is a little hot up here without the breeze. So I'm gonna walk back to this front room here. We're gonna go over in the next couple of videos kind of what our plans are for the next stages of we're gonna have some work being done that some of it's already been done, some of it's in progress, and we're gonna kind of go over. Whew, it's hot. And we're gonna go ahead and leave it off there, and we'll see everyone in the next video.